What's happening? Ice cold cope in your ears, on your screen, and today, let's talk for a minute, YouTube. I'm taking a break from gaming commentary today to speak my mind on what's going on with free agency this year. So, what do I think of free agency so far? I think more money is getting thrown around than when Mayweather is bored at the King of Diamonds. Do I think some of these players are getting way too much money? Yes. Now, I'm not going to cover everyone. I just want to focus on the ones that stood out to me the most. So let's start with day one of free agency and then move along. Timothy Mozgov. 4 years, $64 million contract to the Lakers. You mean to tell me they're going to pay $16 million a year to a guy who is nothing but a role player? He may not even start. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a decent role player, but definitely not the guy we'll build a team around. There's no way his big slow ass is going to keep up with this young team. By the looks of it, the Lakers will become more of a fast tempo team anyway, and Mozgov, he's only decent in the half court. They just drafted Brandon Ingram, who I think will be a good player the next few years. Russell and Randall will have more of a role now that Kobe's gone. Swaggy P, let's not even mention him. This is still not a playoff team, unless the Buses have some tricks up their sleeve, which is a small one, and that's Luol Deng signing a 4-year, $72 million deal. But you know what? I've talked enough about the Lakers, so let's move on. DeMar DeRozan stays put. 5 years, $139 million. Not too much to say about that. I just think he was dumb to stay with Toronto. It was just for the money, though he claims otherwise. You can't fool us, DeMar. Come on, man. Nicholas Batum, 5-year, $120 million max contract to stay with the Hornets. Come on, bruh. Batum, $24 million a year? Bring up the Jordan crime face. And one more for the Dallas Mavericks who missed out on another player. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Batum. I do. I think he's a good player, but not max contract good. Come on, Mike, you mean to tell me you couldn't get a meeting with any other free agent before you signed this deal? Batum, he's a good two-way player who actually gelled pretty good with Kemba, Jefferson, and Williams last year, and they actually played well enough together to make the playoffs, but this team will never make it past the first round. Then on top of that, Williams and Jefferson are also free agents. In fact, Jefferson just reached a verbal agreement. Yes, I just made air quotes. With the Indiana Pacers. Verbal agreements don't mean much anymore. Ask the Mavericks. But I'm pretty sure Jordan is not going to hold Jefferson hostage and resign with the Hornets. Luckily, he managed to resign Williams. Hassan Whiteside. Max deal with the Heat. I actually like this deal, so I don't have much to say about this one. Good job, Heat. Bradley Beal. 5-year contract approaching $130 million, according to the sources on ESPN, to stay with the Wizards. Yo, did money just start growing on trees and I don't know about it? Where is this happening at? Bill, $30 million a year? For what? Being Wall's sidekick? Since when does averaging 17 points a game get you $30 million a year? They was a good backcourt last year who didn't even make the playoffs in the weak East. He turned down an extension during the season because he felt he was a max player. He's the only one who thought that, but obviously not since Wizards decided to give him this contract. But let's move on because this is starting to make my head hurt. Drummond, Andre Drummond, signs a max deal with the Pistons. Nah, I'll fuck with you. He deserved it. Chandler Parsons, 4-year, $94 million deal to the Grizzlies. You know what? While we're on the Grizzlies, Let's kill two birds with one stone. Michael Conley, 5-year, $153 million max contract to stay with the Grizzlies. The biggest contract in NBA history. What the fuck? In what universe is Michael Conley a $30 million a year player? I think Conley is underrated as hell. He's a very good player. He manages the team very well and plays good ass defense and fits perfectly with the way they play. But come on, bruh. $30 million a year? He just messed the whole game up with that contract. They're gonna have to up the salary cap again just because of him. I mean, what kind of contract is LeBron or Durant going to get now? If you pay Conley $30 million a year, you have to give LeBron or Durant at least 40, right? Conley is not even in their league. These guys have to be salivating right now after seeing this deal, but mad at the same fucking time because they know they won't get much more than that. The Grizz will be paying two players on their team almost $55 million a year. How is Marc Gasol feeling right now? Both of these guys will be making more than him next year, and I would take Marc Gasol over these guys any day. There's no way the Grizzlies can sign anyone else with 3 max contracts in the starting lineup. The Grizzlies will be tough next year, as always, but they will never get over the hump, especially since they can't sign any decent role players now. Dwight Howard, the biggest joke in the NBA. 3 years, $70.5 million deal with the Hawks. I hate this guy, man. He doesn't take anything seriously. I don't think he plays hard, not even when it's a contract year, and he's terribly fucking overrated. His best days were when he played in Orlando and had a good supporting cast. Since then, he has been nothing but a whiny little you-know-what. I'd take just about any center in the NBA over him right now. But I guess the Hawks had to do something since they lost out on Horford, which I think was a great deal by the Celtics, signing him to a 4-year, $113 max deal. Celtics, gonna be a team to be reckoned with next year. Harrison Barnes signs a 4-year, $95 million max contract offer sheet with Dallas. Mark Cuban is such a joke. You know what? I hope Warriors match this deal just so it could be another L for Cuban. Free agency is so bad this year that the NFL players are even bitching about it on Twitter. At D'Angelo RB said, "Call me a hater, but these NBA deals are insane. I have to Google the players getting paid. Hashtag no name checks. Hashtag production doesn't count." Damn. At eSanders10, looks like I chose the wrong sport. Yeah, looks like you did. At Big Play Slay 23, man, what a time to be alive to be an NBA bench player. Damn, bro. At J4Set, seeing all these big contracts today in free agency, I've been practicing post moves and jump shots with my sons all day. Their ages are 1 and 3. Hashtag never too young. Man, harsh. I'm starting to think it's a good thing the NBA has a salary cap, because imagine what kind of contracts we would see if this was the MLB with no cap. The 12th man on the team would be getting max money just to practice. So, how will free agency end this year? Will Phil Jackson continue to make moves after signing Noah and trading for Rose? Will KD resign with the Thunder or go to the Warriors or the Knicks? Will LeBron leave again? I doubt it. He already said he wanted to defend the title, so there's that. Will Wade sign with the Bulls or Knicks? For some reason I can't explain, I actually do hope Wade signs somewhere else, but not with the Bulls, because that would be taking a step back. Seeing him go to the Knicks would be really interesting. But could you imagine Melo, Rose, and Wade playing together, that team would collapse by mid-season. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let me know what you think about free agency so far, and where do you think it's going? Me, it's hard to say. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. I thought last year was bad, but this here, these people are getting contracts, and majority of them don't deserve these contracts, but that's just my opinion. So like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, because I definitely enjoyed making it. Ice Cold Coat. See you when I see you. Peace.